Peace everybody, how y'all doing? I haven't made a video in a while. Matter of fact, I'm doing this on an iPad right now, so we're gonna see how this goes. It's gonna go really well. Quality's really good. So right now I want to make a video going on with the series of the signs, or the planets through the signs. We're gonna go into Cancer now. Now Cancer, first of all, Cancer is a very emotional sign. It's a water sign. It's a cardinal sign too. So cardinal signs are always going to be energies where I like to think of it kind of like a cross or like a compass and everything. You go one direction, north, south, east, west, northwest, southeast. You know what I'm saying? All those kind of directions and everything. That's you taking the lead. You are leading people in a certain directions and everything. Also, Cancer can be equated to a wave. So Cancer is by default going to be kind of like a pushing off of emotions and everything. Cancer is going to be an energy where they push off and they give off vibrations to other people. They give off this sense that they can actually like control the whole environment with their own emotions because they care so much. If you care so much for a person that you see somebody freezing and you have the ability to take the shirt off your back to be able to give that to them and everything, the person who's freezing, then you've already created a whole new vibe and a whole new emotionary stance for this situation. Now, like I said, Cancer is also ruled by the fourth house. And in the fourth house, we're going to be dealing with energies of your family members, things that you're comfortable with, the privacy things that you keep to yourself, like things that stay in the house or things that happen in the house, they stay in the house. It doesn't go outside of the family. So these are things that are very private and sacred to your own heart space and everything. Now, when we get to the moon rules Cancer. So the moon is dealing with, you know, receptivity. The moon is dealing with the feminine energy, receiving your emotional tides and everything. Since your body is mostly ruled by water, you know what I'm saying, when the moon is full, you know, that's why people say, that's why a lot of emotional shit happens during the full moon and everything like that. It's a release of energy, but a release of probably pent up chaotic energies that is now able to move around now that the tides, now that the moon is full. Now these emotions that were kind of like just stuck and steady inside of you now start to move out and play out in all sorts of different kinds of ways and everything. Now when we get to exaltations, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer too. So Jupiter is the planet of education, of wisdom, the guru planet, the god of the planets, Zeus, lightning bolt moments, aha moments. So Cancer deals with the heart space and family. So whatever is going on in your domestic issues, the highest points of the aha moments, or I knew this was what was going on, usually happen in private and everything. So these private situations, you'd be wondering like, why the fuck is this situation the way it is? And then based upon Jupiter being exalted in Cancer, it's the highest point of your aha moments, of your light bulb moments and everything, because it's happening within the home. And then dealing with things that you care about, the things that you heavily are invested in and that you have a lot of emotional investment in, whenever you find out the meaning and the reasoning, aka Jupiter, behind whatever emotional thing you got going on, it makes you feel super satisfied, super comfortable, and super secure. And that's a little basic rundown of the of the Cancer energy itself. Now getting onto the planets, the Sun in Cancer. Now with the Sun in Cancer, this is the overall circumference and the overall perspective of what you see and everything. What you see is what you get. So in your mind, the things that you see in your perspective is emotions. Wanting to create the vibe, wanting to make sure that other people are taken care of emotionally. You want to be seen as somebody who is, you know, a shoulder to cry on. You want to be seen as a particular person who can, you know, give the right advice when it comes to emotions too. And you want to look at yourself as somebody who's competent in their own self, that whenever they don't have nobody around, you could come to your own self and be like, I got me and everything. Moon in Cancer. Now when you have the moon in Cancer, like I said, the moon rules Cancer, so by default, you're already going to be in energies where you're receiving a lot of emotions. And you're receiving even new ways of how to deal with this. Like if you're in a situation where that's kind of fucked up and everything, and then it's just like, goddamn, I don't even know how to deal with this shit. You have more of an ability than other people to really kind of like receive this energy and just kind of like soak it in, let it like kind of like distribute itself throughout your aura and be like, okay, now let me figure out the broad perspective. Let me figure out the grand overall, meaning of this particular thing that I'm feeling emotionally. Because, I'm saying with the moon in Cancer, you have more of an opportunity to hold the tides, and like even if you're feeling emotionally distraught, you're still able to hold both ends and not have the dam break and everything and have all the emotions pour out and everything. Now with Mercury in Cancer, when you have Mercury in Cancer, Mercury is going to be dealing with the thinker, the ponderer, the researcher, the communicator. So the things that you research on is probably how to be a better family man, family woman, how to be a better father, mother figure, and everything like that. These are the things you like to do research on. You might like to do research on your family lineage, because Cancer also deals with your family lineage too, because it's dealing with your family and your bloodline in general. And then the things that you communicate about is always like how much you care about somebody, how much this person cares about you, or just something that you care about that could be bullshit. You could be talking about that and talking to Storm about that too with Mercury in Cancer. Venus in Cancer. Now Venus is the planet of valuing, the planet of the five senses, the planet of sexual indulgences, not really desires like Mars, but more so just indulgent for the time being, relatability, and also family heirlooms and everything like that. So when you have Venus in Cancer, this are going to create energies where, you value your own emotions and everything like that. You value giving other people emotional support. Like, this is kind of like the moon in Cancer. Actually, this might be more sensitive than the moon in Cancer, because Venus is the five senses and Cancer is a highly emotional sign and a very caring and moody sign. So it's like your nerves could probably even be bad if you have Venus in Cancer, because you probably are very paranoid, because you love and appreciate caring so much, and the fact that you value that so much and everything, you create opportunities, because Venus rules Taurus, and Venus is at home in Taurus, so that creates opportunities for you to create paranoid situations. I don't think that's a real word, but it's that same concept, just anxious situations. Sorry about that. Now getting into Mars in Cancer. Now Mars is actually fallen in Cancer. And what that means is that this is a planet that, it's kind of at its most weakest point and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can do whatever it takes. It's got to put more strength in to be able to get, what it needs to achieve. In this case, emotions. That's why Mars, when you think about Aries and Scorpios and Capricorns and everything like that, it's not that they don't care about emotions, but they're more so in the energy of, I'm going to protect my own motherfucking self regardless of how anybody feels and everything like that. So that's what I'm saying. Mars has a hard time caring so much emotionally when it's in Cancer, because it's like, goddamn, like, I gotta care and everything like that. I gotta be emotional. Fuck, this isn't even fitting my fucking personality and everything like that. Okay, and then it's kind of, how like you're in class and you're like, and there's a subject that's not interested in you. Yeah, Mars is not interested in Cancer shit, man. Mars is not fucking with cooking, being a family man or a family woman, being, secure with the children. No, Aries wants to do everything. So, what I'm saying? But the thing with that is that you have to learn how to get interested and rise above, Mars being in Cancer, and learn how to exalt that energy. Learn how to be more passionate and more intentful on being an emotional support system at the same time. Now getting into, now Jupiter in Cancer. With Jupiter in Cancer, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So like I was saying, with Jupiter, you're going to find the highest meanings of your own emotions, the things that you care about, the things that are on your mind, the things that are on your heart space, the things that are dealing with your family issues. You are always a person that likes to find the highest meaning behind this thing. It's like, what does this mean? Why do I care about these people? Why do I feel about things in this particular way and everything? Why? And the answers will come to you, because that exalted energy, it'll just come at the blink of an eye and everything. Saturn in Cancer. Now, Saturn in Cancer, this is going to be dealing more so with energies of, because Saturn is away in Cancer. So Saturn is, structure, it's reality, it's the blueprint, it's the seed that's being planted. So In Cancer, it has a kind of a harder time because Cancer is, emotional. It's like the family woman or the family man wants to be with the children. Well, Saturn is trying, be at the table. It's writing out the blueprint and everything like that. And it's trying to work and everything like that. But Saturn being at home, Saturn has to tend to the children, the cooking, the house. So Saturn feels like it's doing a work and a chore by being at home. But yet you're home. You're not even working and everything. But you being taken away from your task of building the blueprint is a chore to you, and you feel like you're at work too whenever you're in that energy. So that's how Saturn can play out in Capricorn. That's how Saturn can play out in Cancer. Being kind of frustrated with, caring so much but knowing that you have to care and be emotional for the moment in order to get back to your business endeavors and your structure and everything. Okay, now Uranus in Cancer, generational plans. Now, when Uranus goes into Cancer, in general, this is a generation where there's a lot of rebellion and there's a lot of, change in infrastructure in the way that families are built. You know what I'm saying? The way that, people rear children, or the way that people, structure their families and everything like that, that whole shit is going to change. Whenever Uranus goes into Cancer, that whole energy is going to be flipped upside down and everything like that. And it's a gift too, because Uranus is exalted in Scorpio. So that trine with Scorpio and Cancer will create a gift of high change. Yes, high change when it comes to family matters and everything. It's a rare condition this day and age. And now Neptune in Cancer. Now Neptune in Cancer. Neptune in Cancer. Neptune is actually slightly exalted in Cancer too. It's on like the cusp of Cancer and Leo. That energy is exalted also in Cancer, and that's because you care about your highest imagination. You care about your highest imagination. You care about, what I'm saying, like dreaming about, your family, and dreaming about, what it'd be like for you to be in the most comfortable situation that you could ever be. You daydream heavily every single day. What would it be like if I was in this position? Man, I feel so comfortable. I could do this, that, and the third, and everything like that. That generation is going to be feeling that way when they have Neptune in Cancer. They're going to be very heavily invested in being creative when it comes to their home in general. You know what I'm saying? Changing shit up. Pluto in Cancer. Now, Pluto in Cancer, Plutonian energies in Cancer deals with the death of certain family values and everything like that. That's kind of how it could play out. Like certain traditional values that happen within households and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just when this energy, and Pluto stays in a sign for a very long time, when it like does that transition, when that Pluto starts to get into Cancer and it's just like kind of just trudging in there and everything like that, yeah, there's going to be a lot of death. Not necessarily the death of family members, but the death of a lot of family concepts and everything like that. Like, oh, now people are going to start getting drunk and smoking fucking weed at the dinner table and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas that was taboo shit back in the day. Kind of shit like that will start to transform. Things will start to build itself up from the ground up when you have Pluto in Cancer. When it deals with domestic issues, family values, and all that good shit. And finally, the Ascendant. When you have the Ascendant in Cancer, the Ascendant is your personality. People's first impression of you and the things that you're personally into in general. And the things that you're personally into is family, cooking, family businesses, working at home, being with the children. The people's first impression of you is someone who cares about, I'm saying, their own personal interests too at the same time. Very heavily emotionally invested in certain endeavors you have going on a very personal level too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when people bring this up, it's a soft spot for you, but it's very personal, and it's Cancer, so you're caring too much about personal shit. So you got to learn how to kind of take it easy when you have a Cancer Ascendant too, because you could get highly moody when someone brings up anything about your personal life. You just be like, pow, and I'll catch y'all later, soul group. Peace.